Morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Chris Loves Comics. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. I just want to give a quick shout out to everyone who subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate your support, and I also appreciate everyone's support who's helped me sort of build up the channel, giving me tips, suggestion, help. It's been greatly appreciated, and as a token of that, as a way to try to make the channel grow once we reach 100. We're at 85 subscribers right now. I would like to give away this Batman vs. Spawn acetate cover. I'll do a little giveaway. I'll probably just ask a generic question, and then once everyone submits their answers, I'll ask for your mailing information, and I'll mail it out to you at no charge. But with that out of the way, let's go over some of my picks for this week's haul. This is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is the second run. I guess there was a previous run, but this is written by Ryan Parrott, who has written a lot of Power Rangers, and the art is by Dan Mora, and his name should be known to you. He's a big name in DC right now. His art is just fantastic. This is a great run so far. This is issue 2 of 5, as the Power Rangers and the Turtles fight the forces of evil, led by Krang and Rita. This book reminds me of a good Saturday morning cartoon or Saturday morning show. You have the Turtles and the Power Rangers sort of melding, and Dan Mora is just showing off over here with all that. But as they fight, there's another away team that's storming the command center for the Power Rangers while they're fighting the Rangers are fighting Casey Jones, who has decided to join the Forces of Chaos. He's Ranger X. But as the invasion is going, you have a big splash page by Shredder, who has been missing before. He looks kind of cool. He kind of looks like Wolverine a little bit. But a little bit like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Shredder, which Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 is my favorite movie. That's how Raphael became my favorite turtle. And spoiler alert, he is the best turtle, and I will take no questions about that. Just kidding. But in here, Shredder says I have to stop the invasion, so kind of odd for Shredder stopping a war that's going on. But this is a fantastic book. I highly recommend this. There's only been one previous issue, and I don't think you need to read the previous run. And if you do, it's a 5-issue trade that can be easily accessible. But I just got onto this, so I'm gonna get the trade because this is fantastic. This is good fun. Junkyard Joe would definitely be my indie pick of the week. And I love the homage to Platoon, one of my favorite, if not my favorite war movie. Yeah, I would probably say it's my favorite war movie. Platoon is just a intense, great movie. The rest of the family find out, well, with exception of the father, you have people looking for Joe, and they don't look too friendly. They're dressed like Joe, so I don't know if that's like a cult or something. The kids next door to Frank the cartoonist, who fought in Vietnam, they find out that Joe is still alive, and the government agency is getting closer. As this gentleman was getting pulled over, he decided no witnesses, and he took care of the trooper. But when the kids come back from school, they get a visit from the government agency, and they say, "Where's Junkyard Joe?" And Gary Frank is a great art. I really like the detail on this art by Gary Frank. It's fantastic. But Junkyard Joe number 4 by Jeff Johns. I would highly recommend this book. Now, my DC book of the week definitely goes to, and it would definitely be the cover of the week, would be Action Comics 1051. And it's written into 3 parts, and I'm just going to go into a little bit of a preface. It's separated between Philip Kennedy Johnson, who's doing great on the book, Dan Jurgens, great on the book, then Leah Williams. I did read her section of the story in its entirety, and I was disappointed. She's just such a, and I'm gonna go a little bit off the rails here. Like, she's just a very boring writer. I don't think she really does research on any of her characters, and it kind of shows in the book. I didn't like it, so we'll just leave it at that. But Philip Kennedy Johnson is doing the main story, and this is a great jumping on point. This starts off with as Metropolis is in trouble, and Lois is narrating it in an article form for the Daily Planet, saying that, you know, no matter how much evil decides to grow, Metropolis will always be ready. I love this splash page. You have the whole gangs here. You have Steel, Superboy, Supergirl. You have John, Superman, and then you have Clark, Superman. And the premise of this story is the villain, John, who is Metallo, John Corbin. He was released from prison by Lex Luthor, and Lex Luthor took John's sister, who is his only real family, and he's been up to the mission. Lex says, kill Superman, and then I'll let your sister go. So that's why John is doing what he's doing. It's such a great book. Oh yeah, it's in this. I guess this page is starting to turn. I'll have to get another copy. But the next story is written by Dan Jurgens, and the art is by Lee Weeks. Great story, great art, like I said. Now, I would highly recommend you read the Death of Superman 30th anniversary, because a lot of that story is going into this story, especially with when Doomsday fought Superman, a little piece of him was left over. And John, I like this picture. He's so cute as a little kid. He hid this part from the Justice League. Even he didn't tell anyone, and he's keeping it safe in quotations. But he hears something outside the house, and another Kryptonian appears in the space. She's like, and he goes, "You can talk." "I certainly can, cutie. Can you take me to your king?" So we'll see what happens there. And like I said, I did read Leah Williams' story. I like Power Girl as a character, but Leah knows nothing about this character. But sorry about that. It just sucks. Like when you pay a lot for a book and you want a good story, and I understand, you know, not everyone is on their good days, but I don't know, it's just disappointing. But I'll still continue reading this. Dan Jurgens and Phil Kennedy Johnson are fantastic writers. And like I said, great starting point for Action Comics 1051. Highly recommend it. All right, everyone, that is it. Thank you very much again for all the support, and thank you for giving up a little bit of your day to watch the video and hear me ramble about comics. But like I said, once we reach 15 more subscribers, we will do that giveaway for the Batman vs. Spawn book. Again, thank you very much, everyone, for all your help and support. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you next week.